Really nothing. SNGX was about it. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good to have you with us. All right. Let's get back to what is actually running. So, what have we been watching this morning? MRNS, I said that one was going to tank. My opinion was that it would drop like a rock, and boy, did it ever. From $7.50 to $2. So if you're shorting, like I said, if you're shorting, that's a great stock to short. Let me clean this screen off here just a quick minute. This is looking pretty fuzzy. Pretty fuzzy and ugly. You don't need any more fuzzy and ugly than I already am. All right. So let's take a look at what we have been watching this morning. We haven't really got any tremendous news. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Got my moderators on YouTube. That's awesome. Yeah, that I told you that one. I thought that would tank. That's not typically great news for a drug in clinical trial. Good morning. Good morning on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Glad to see there was so many of you standing by waiting for that 7:30 start. Same with you guys on TikTok. Thank you very much. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. We appreciate it. SPCB. Watched that one a little bit this morning. TPET. Hopefully you guys caught TPET, TPET. That one was climbing up real nice earlier this morning. HUBC moved up a little bit, but it's been kind of going sideways. PRZO. We had quite a few folks make some money on PRZO this morning. What else? What else? What else? SNGX. SNGX. This is the orphan drug designation. And I said, typically that's not the type of news that's going to make a stock skyrocket or anything, and it's not. But it has gone from 38 cents to 55 cents. So there's that. So that's not been a bad little run on what I would consider kind of fluffy news. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have everybody with you. Explain what shorting is. Shorting is just, Moto, that is nothing more than borrowing shares from your broker, like E-Trade or whoever you use, borrowing shares from them, then selling them and taking the profit. Then when the price drops, you buy those shares back and give them back to your broker. And you make the money in between. That might seem a little confusing. How do you make money when the price goes down? If you borrow 1,000 shares from your broker and sell them at $1, that's $1,000 that you get goes into your account. When the price drops down to 50 cents, you buy them back at 50 cents a piece, which only cost you $500. So you made 1,000 when you sold them up here. It only costs you $500 to buy them back. So that's a $500 profit. Now you have to give those shares back to the broker, and they charge you an interest for doing that. But that's how they short stocks. SNGX still trying to pop up. Very surprising, very shocking to me. Why did you call WETH? I just mentioned it because somebody on the feed mentioned it. Anytime anybody mentions anything in the feed, a stock of any kind, we always mention it and go take a look at it. Mentioning it, me saying, hey, somebody just mentioned WETH, let's take a look at it. That's not a signal to buy into it or anything. That's just, we're going to go take a look at it and see what it's doing. So anytime anybody comments on a stock, we always do our due diligence and go look at it to see what they're talking about. Because sometimes people will catch things that I don't catch, and we need to know that. So that's the only reason I mentioned it. SNGX, Terry got it from 48 to 58. Nice. Good deal. Glad to have you guys join. How many of you got SNGX? JJ Stocks got it from 39 to 55. Nice. We are now up to 63.9. Isn't that something? 64.5. And that's really not that great of news. I would expect that to come back down. We've seen a lot of them this morning, pump and dump. We've seen a lot of them climb up very quickly, nice percentage-wise too, but dump almost immediately. I'm going to have to squint a little bit, see some of these messages. All right, let's see what else we got for news here. CGC. Nothing there. Knock. IVVD announced that the U.S. Centers for Medicare Services has granted a healthcare common procedure coding system. That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. Let's go back to SNGX. Anybody else catch that one? All right, let's go back to volume. SPCB coming down, TPET pulling back, HUBC pulling down, LGVN. LGVN is starting to curl back up again. PRZO, SNGX at 65 and climbing. SNGX. Looks like it's the hot ticket in town right now. On Fluff News, if you can believe that. In at 48, sold at 60. Good job. Glad to see you guys were catching these this morning. Very happy to see everybody on YouTube with us this morning. Hopefully you guys caught some of these early this morning, along with the Wolf Pack. We've not had any real big significant news that I can see, positive news that's caused the stocks to go up. We've not really had any early this morning yet. But pre-market is still early here. We've still got some time. We might get a nice press release from somebody, and that's what we're hoping on. Now, SNGX did go up quite a bit on that press release. When we read the press release off, it was at about 38 cents. Now, I said it wasn't really that great of news. Orphan drug designation is usually not the type of news that makes a stock go crazy. Not usually. But the market's a crazy place. So we have to be ready for any outcome. That went from 38 cents to 65 cents. So not a bad climb. Not a bad climb at all. It's just not been a good morning so far for news. Now, Terry took it from 48 cents to 58 cents. We've got some 39s to 55s. It's pulling back pretty hard right now. 44 to 64. So we've got some Wolfpack members making some money on that one. Glad to see that. I'm going to sort my list by news again so we can catch these news releases. That's what this is all about. Catching those press releases the second they come out. We've got our scanners up. As soon as a press release is put out to the market, it pops up on the scanner and we jump on it very quickly, read the news, make a determination whether or not it's fluff news or it's crappy news or really amazing good news for the company. And if we think it's good news, boom, we're in. And we jump on it quickly and take advantage of that nice ride up on the news. And then we get out. That's the important thing. Run that baby up, sell, take your profit, pay yourself, lock in that profit, and then we are done with it. Because that happens a lot in pre-market. They pump on the news, they run up 60, 70, 80%, sometimes over 100%, which are beautiful, beautiful money makers, but inevitably they fall back down. So you've got to ride it up. When you see it get to a certain height and it starts having trouble, you start seeing the price action wavering, you're starting to see some red candles pop up, you know it's having troubles. And it's always safe. I always say error on the side of caution. Lock in your profit. If you got a really good entry and you're up 40, 50, 60% on that investment, get the hell out. Lock in your money. Now, every once in a while, we get very fortunate with a really amazing piece of news. You know, somebody's partnering with Bristol Myers, somebody's partnering with Pfizer, or they're being bought out by Pfizer. One of those kinds of press releases, man, those are beauties, and they climb all pre-market. Sometimes right into market open, and they keep right on going. They are amazing. Those are the kinds we're looking for, but we don't get those every single day. Friday was brutal. Friday was a really bad day. I'm happy to see SPY up this morning. SPY is back up a little bit. It's back up to 513. It's up a couple of bucks, almost $3. Looking good. XBI is up a little bit this morning, not much. But hopefully we'll see the markets turn green right away at 9:30 this morning. We can only hope. SNGX from 46 to 63. Nice. Nice. That's what it's all about. Jump in, ride it up, jump out. Don't stay in these. Don't fall in love with these penny stocks, man. Don't fall in love with them. That's the worst mistake you can make. When a stock is up 70 or 80%, the worst mistake you can make is thinking that it's going to run 200%. That's just wishful thinking. Some of them do. There's no doubt. Some of them do. But The vast majority do not. So I always encourage all of our followers, everybody in the wolf pack, I always tell you, write it up, lock in your profit, and get the hell out of the thing. We've got to end our day green. That's what it's all about. End the day green. And today's going to be a green Monday. I can feel it. And the wolf pack is already profiting nicely on a few of these. Not everybody. You got to remember, not everybody jumps in on every single stock that we call out. I might think a press release is pretty good. You might think it's really not that great. So you stay away from it. There's others that I don't think the news is that great. You think it's pretty good and you jump in. That's okay. That's what it's all about. You've got to make your own decisions. You got to do your own due diligence on the news. So Jeremy, talking about screen going black. Did your screen go black again? Mine hasn't since early this morning. It went black twice on me right when we first started, and then it's been fine ever since. Huh. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button. If you like to trade on news, if you're one of those traders in pre-market that likes to find those press releases and jump in on a press release when the stock price goes up, this is the place to be. Now we're only on YouTube and TikTok. We'll be on from 7:30 to just a little bit after 8 o'clock. We'll give you the 8 o'clock press releases that come out, and then we'll be back to the website. The website live stream is 3 hours long. It goes from 6:45 in the morning until about 9:40, just about 5 minutes short of 3 hours. We like to catch all those pre-market press releases. So if that's your type of trading and you think that's a great way to trade, is jump in on those press releases, this is definitely the place. Here's another one. STGW expands in Latin America with acquisition of Pros Agency, digital leader in Brazil. No volume on that stock. Nothing. So again, fluff news. Not great news. So nothing there. So we're waiting. Now, the way the press releases typically work, for some of you newer folks that are just joining us, the market seems to like to put out news in bulk, and they do it at usually on the half hour. They'll do it at like 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30. And they do sprinkle in some news in between there. But as a general rule, we get a huge dump of news on the half hour. So we've got about 10 minutes here, and we'll get another big dump of news. And hopefully we get some really, really, really good ones. And yes, I am squinting a little bit this morning. I left for those of you that aren't aware, my son and his family came to visit down here in Florida, and they got here yesterday afternoon. And so I've been enjoying time with the grandkids, and I left my glasses, my reading glasses. I left my reading glasses in my bedroom, and the kids are using my bedroom. So early this morning, I couldn't go in there to get my glasses without waking everybody up, and I didn't want to do that. So I left the glasses in there, so I'm squinting just a little bit to see some stuff, but that's what happens when you get old. I might have to get me 3 or 4 pairs of those things so I can leave them scattered around. The moderators are going hot and heavy on YouTube this morning. The moderators are busy as usual. Just a reminder on YouTube, if you know, I've got some moderators in here. If your comments are a little over the edge, political, religious, whatever, your comments will be deleted, and you won't be able to see the feed anymore. So, like to keep everything family friendly, best we can. So yeah, I've got to get 5 or 6 pairs of those darn things and just leave them scattered around everywhere. So no matter where I'm at, I can grab my reading glasses. And they're just Walmart readers. They're not prescription or anything. But when you get older, the vision starts to go just a little bit. That's what happens. You get wiser and you get blinder. All right, here's another one. STGW. This is a rehash of an old press release. How about SNGX? This is the one that we read off earlier this morning. It started at 38 cents and popped up to 66 cents. Looks like it's consolidating around 59 cents, 58 to 59 cents. Haven't had any problems with my screen since early this morning. All right. I'm glad to see everybody in here on YouTube. We do appreciate everybody and hitting the subscribe button. If you like to trade on news, this is the place to be. And thank you, TikTok. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Got us up over 10,000 followers on TikTok and growing. Looking forward to it saying 10.1. So if you hit the follow button, hit the like button, double tap that screen, get the likes up. We do appreciate it a tremendous amount, especially hitting that follow button. Look at SNGX now, pushing back up again, back up to 63 cents. Can we push over 66? Break that and jump right into 70. I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised that the stock has been this strong and gone up this far. We're up 66% on this stock, 66% on what I consider relatively fluffy news. So we just broke that 66 I was just talking about, and we just smacked 67.9. 72% now we're up on this stock. Gotta love that. We've got about 4.5 minutes and we'll get our next round of press releases at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think you're right, Robert. I don't think it's that great a news. It's just the best news that's out. I think that's kind of what's going on here. It's not great news, but it's the best we got. And I think retail is responding that way. Volume is picking up a little bit. We just popped up to 69 cents Isn't that amazing? 73% this stock is up now this morning. How's that for a return on investment? 70%. Not bad at all. And just FYI, too, for those of you just tuning in with us, I went out and did some RV shopping over the weekend. I've been looking to get myself an RV. Been kind of debating between Class A and Class C. I looked at a bunch of them, and I think I'm going to go with a Class C. It's my first motorhome, my very first one. So I think I'm going to start out at the Class C level and try that out for a while. Put some miles under the tires and take it to a few places, try it out, see if I like it, see if that lifestyle is, kind of my thing. And if I like it, then I may upgrade to a Class A. But for right now, I think I'm going to go with the Class C. I've got my eyeball on one. Going to take a look at it again here probably tomorrow. And going to take the show on the road once I get this thing all set up. I'm going to do my live stream from the RV, which should be fun. And I can come live to you from wherever the road takes me. Those bikes, the e-bikes, Tina, those look fun. SNGX, now it's 71 cents. We're up 83%. 83%. No, Scott, actually, this one doesn't have cardboard blinds. Although, I may put them in there just for the first day, just so you guys get a good chuckle. SNGX. Holy mackerel, 71. We are up 85%. 85%. %. Retail is driving this one through the roof. Retail is responding to this one incredibly. It just amazes me. This should not be going up this high. Not on that news. How many times have we seen orphan drug designation on a stock and it did nothing? Nothing. This one was just up 90%. Good morning. Good morning. All right, here's our 8 o'clock news dump. Ready with your pens and paper. Looks like we got 15 of them. VIRX, positive top-line data, stage 1 clinical trial. VIRX. Take a look. VCIG. VCIG. Popped on news. RNXT. RNXT, $11 million private placement, providing a cash runway into 2026. So that popped a little bit on that news. Not a lot of volume there, though. SNGX up 84%. All right, and the rest of the news, GRRR announces a 10-for-1 reverse split. ARQQ, founders to buy shares, insider buying. ARQQ. I call them off, let you know what the news is, and then you've got to do your due diligence and go look at them. And if you think the news is worthy, you like the price action, you do your thing. Going through the rest of these press releases. Nothing, nothing, nothing. CELU. Nothing there. DXR. Nothing there. All right. So I read off the ones to you that I thought were pretty decent. Look at SNGX. Still unbelievable. 92% this stock is up now. That is absolutely incredible. Something's wrong with my mic. ABIO, class action lawsuit. All right. So we've had 73 press releases so far, and there's been a couple. There's been a couple that popped up. SNGX up 96% now. That is amazing. Oh, let's see. So we had SATL news, ARQQ news, VCIG. Let's see. Let's go back to volume again. SPCB coming down, TPET coming down, HUBC coming way, 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 way down. Holy smokes. Now, again, for some of the new people, don't pay any attention to these 8 o'clock candles. You're going to get, at 8 o'clock, you're going to get this massive swing on these candles. You're going to see the candle, green candle, spiking way up 20, 30 cents above where it was at. Don't be confused by that. Look at the bid price. Look at the ask price. Don't pay attention to those candles. Those candles are very, very deceiving at 8 o'clock. NIO announces $5 per share price target change. So that bounced just a fuzz. I don't know. It's kind of looking like SNGX. If this continues with this kind of volume and this kind of FOMO, and that's what I would say this is right now, is nothing more than FOMO. Could it go up? Yeah, absolutely. It could hit $1. SNGX is a $70 stock. No, we're talking about pennies. 70 cents. All right. So, well, that was fun. We didn't really get anything at 8. There was maybe 3 of them that were with kind of so-so news, but nothing that really jumped out at me like, man, you better definitely get into this stock because it's going up. Didn't see anything like that. ONVO, phase 2, positive phase 2. There you go. Boom. ONVO. 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 Let's go back and look at that. All right, B. Carter, 127 to 147 on ONVO. Very nice. ONVO. Let's talk about that one. ONVO. Positive phase 2 results showing both reduction in liver fat content and strong safety and tolerability compared to the placebo. So fairly decent news on that one. Now, is the market going to respond to that one the way it has so far with SNGX? We'll see. I would expect that this news is much better than SNGX by far. So let's hope that the price action reflects that. We're up to 165 now. Looking good, looking solid. ONVO, please tell me you jumped in on that one. All right. Well, YouTube, you guys have been awesome. We're going to be on our live stream on the website. If you'd like to continue with us, I just gave you ONVO here just a few seconds ago, a few minutes ago. You should be making money on that one. Same with TikTok. You guys should be making money on ONVO. We're up to 162. We might see $2 on this one. We might see $2 on this one. A little surge in volume, and this thing's going to pop nice. So go take a look if you haven't already. Hopefully you have already. Cruz, ONVO, here's another Wolfpack member, 135 to 157. Nice. Very, very, very nice. Making money. That's what it's all about on these call outs. Beautiful, beautiful call outs on news. So if you'd like to join us for a longer period of time, feel free, absolutely feel free to join us on the website live stream. Wolfpackcommunity.com. Wolfpackcommunity.com. Just like it sounds, there's a link to it on my TikTok profile. Just below the picture of me there, you'll see the link to the website. I believe there's a link to it on YouTube. I'll have to check that. If not, it's Wolfpack Community. All one word, wolfpackcommunity.com. Go to there and subscribe to the live trading, and then you can join us for 3 hours long if you so choose to. David, ONVO took it from 135 to 165 on 4,000 shares. Beautiful. Beautiful trade. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Well, it's time for us to go. And we'll be back live on YouTube and live on TikTok. We'll be live on both of these again this morning at 9:15. 9:15. We'll be live one more time, and we'll catch the opening bell together. So until then, you guys have a beautiful morning of trading, and I will see you all very, very shortly. It's time now for us to get back to the website and keep the wolf pack making money. You guys have a good morning.